Usually this is where I sign off, but I don't mind staying up a little bit longer. I've got nowhere to go. And I think we really do need to go get. I was going to say completion, but this might be part two in an ongoing series. I do not know that this story is going to end after this episode.
I mean, just say update,
Yeah.
not rebel victory or whatever.
No, he let's spoiler alert. David still does not have his bottle of scotch. And by the end of this video, he still will not have his bottle of scotch. And this is rather a pointless video, but we're going to watch it anyways. So,
can we give background for those who didn't watch?
Okay. Yes.
The other Scotch video.
So we're pretty sure that David is an alcoholic. We're not confident, we're not making any medical diagnosis, but David went to an LCBO, apparently, and, well, not apparently, they have some video footage. He purchased 3 bottles of scotch, but because the scotch were like over $100, they were behind lock and key, so they had to get the person over, unlocked it, but because Dave was being, an asshole like he usually is, they walked the bottles up without David and gave them to the cashier. Now, the cashier individually picked them up and scanned them or whatever, which leads you to believe it's like if there was a box without a bottle in it, you would think the cashier would have felt it. But scanned all 3, David took them home. Then when he got home, he explains that when he opened up the canister, there was no bottle of scotch in one of the canisters. Elron has the great theory that I'm leaning towards, which is that he just drank it and forgot about it, which is also quite possible. So, rather than just being a normal human being and leaving it at that, David calls the LCBO, the local LCBO where this happened, records his phone conversations with them, and harasses them until they eventually cave and say, all right, you can have a bottle of scotch. We're going to leave it at the store. Just come and pick it up. So rather than just picking it up like a normal human being, David stages a sit-in and occupies the LCBO to the extent, and harasses the employees to the extent where they had to shut the store down because he refused to wear a mask and wouldn't leave and was recording everyone. With Mocha, by the way, the guy who got punched in the first segment we watched. So they staged their sit-in, and eventually the police came, and the police ushered them out of the LCBO, and he did not receive his bottle of scotch. And Ashley, who was the manager, who's super awesome, was like, you'll have to go through head office to get your bottle of scotch. I'm no longer dealing with you. And that's where the story ended until today.
How about yourself, sir? Can you get me a bottle of 105? Hey, guys, can any of you get me a bottle of 105?
These are just random people in a hallway.
David Menzies for Rebel News here in Toronto. Well, folks, I'm at the headquarters for the Liquor Control Board of Ontario. I get tongue-tied with that because I'm always tempted to call it the Liquor Corruption Bureaucracy of Ontario. Anyway, you may recall I had a little customer service incident at the Wicksteed Avenue LCBO out in the East End. Namely, I bought 3 bottles of scotch, but they only gave me 2, even though they charged me for 3. Do you remember our little encounter with those guys? I'm here to pick up my bottle, actually, sir. I bought 3 bottles last week, and I only got 2. This is an empty canister, as you can see. Okay. So I'm just doing
that's Ashley, by the way, coming in,
a chronicling of my story. So we'll be gone soon. Okay. Oh, sorry. Who are you, ma'am?
I'm the store manager, and you're going to have to leave.
Oh, are you Ashley?
I am Ashley.
Oh, okay then. Well, okay. I'm
going to ask you to leave the store. I'm going to phone the police.
Okay, phone the police, because then I can file a complaint of fraud against you, Ashley.
Give a fuck.
So the amazing thing.
It's worth noting that we reached out to Ashley. Ken did. Reached out to Ashley and asked them, we offered a pizza on behalf of Imperial News for the harassment they received. And they declined. It's COVID and all that fun stuff. Understandable. But they seemed good-spirited about it.
Yeah, very much so. Very agreeable and appreciative of the gesture.
Apparently I've been having some dropped frames, too. Sorry about that. Probably because it's Friday of a long weekend and the bandwidth is probably being overridden. story can't be true. Somebody would have felt the canister was empty. Well, that's what I'm saying, because when David recorded the phone call, and in the phone call, she reviewed the video footage and said that you could see the cashier individually handle each thing. She didn't. Now she said it was store policy that you're supposed to open the thing and make sure it was inside. And she ended up saying, because the cashier didn't do that, that they're going to give in and give him the bottle. But we all speculated that that's a bit silly. Sort of, yeah.
Not only, like, did the video footage show that the cashier handled them each individually, she also bagged them each individually. So there's no way in hell that David could have picked up all three of them and not felt a weight difference at some point.
Yeah.
Because they're all bagged separately.
Yeah.
Again, I feel like this is just more evidence in support of my theory.
I mean, what he's doing now, in his slurred speech at the other protest.
That's the thing. The hypothesis is that he drank that bottle. The theory is that he's an alcoholic.
Yes. And we'll probably never know until he goes for help. This bit isn't far removed. I'll check that in a second.
Was about that story is they were never going to give me my third bottle. I reached out to head office, and in an incredibly quick time, 24 hours, head office ordered Ashley and her employees at the Leaside LCBO store to indeed give me my bottle. And of course, it was placed on Ashley's desk. It was there for the taking. And for whatever reason, Ashley changed her mind, and she said, "You've got to pick this up with head office." But the only reason she set aside my bottle for me is that I had already picked it up with head office. Namely, I sent them a letter saying, what do I have to do to get my bottle? Launch a small claims lawsuit. And believe me, folks, if I have to, I will. In any event, I am simply acquiescing to Ashley's demand. I've come down to the LCBO headquarters.
Sorry,
So, just like a couple things to note there is the constantly showing Ashley's face, even though, she is masked, so it's not fully her face, constantly saying her name and constantly specifying the location of the LCBO. How much fucking harassment do you think that they're getting now? And will also be getting again because of this video?
Yeah.
Yep. It's unconscionable.
Yeah. Like, it's similar with that one health official, Jody, if you remember.
Yes. I mean, that one was a little worse in that Ezra was literally claiming that health official was responsible for this girl's suicide, even though that was a health official in BC and the girl who died by suicide was in New Brunswick. But yeah, no, it's fucked up. I mean, like, but this is why I had an episode that was called like harassment in the name of journalism. Like, that's like all they are. That's pretty much, if you want me to describe what Rebel News is, it's harassment in the form of journalism. It's like this veneer of journalism, but it's just harassment. That's all it is. And it leads to people getting harmed. Like, this is clearly like, yeah, no doubt people are going to get harmed by some of this. And it's usually women. Their most virulent and hateful stuff is always directed towards women. So, of course, Ashley stood up for herself, so they got to be like extra assholes to Ashley. Where you're going to watch, like, the one person in this video is a little bit more friendly and also a dude, and gets treated completely fucking different. Ethics and games, yeah, fucking. I'm gonna watch that thing you sent me here. I know it's Mitchell and Webb, and I appreciate Mitchell and Webb. So, here, one second. We'll watch at least one of it. Apparently, because who sent it again? It was Tricker, and said that it's not far removed from this. So, which video, Tricker, should I watch? The first one? I mean, there's so many of them. I guess we'll just do the first one. Let's. Apparently, it's like this. Oh, the video quality on this. Are they supposed to be alcoholics?
thief! He's stolen your wallet, but he's dropped your keys as an escape. Look, there! Quick, Ginger, we haven't a moment to lose. On a lonely planet, spinning its way to damnation amid the fear and despair of a broken human race, who is left to fight for all that is good and pure and gets you smashed for under a fiver? Yes, it's the surprising adventures of me, Sir Digby Chicken Caesar.
All right, I'll check that out later. That's hilarious. I do like Mitchell and Webb. I encourage everyone to go watch it. They're famous for having that one sketch with the Nazis or whatever, and then he turns and he's like, "Are we the baddies?" That's from Mitchell. One of my other favorite Mitchell and Webb sketches is they had it was like one of those versions of like a Christian who sees something religious and converts to Christianity, but it was like they open up a watermelon and it says there is no God, and so the Christian becomes an atheist. It was pretty good. But yes, there's that alcoholic mischief vibe with David Menzies. Totally, I feel it. I feel the connection.
The main entrance, of course, it's noted with signage that it's basically pretty much a big haunted house here. Everybody's working from home, but I think there might be a skeletal staff because this is the reserved parking lot of the LCBO executives, and I'm just going to wait outside.
Like, part of me is like, I don't care that he shows the license plate and everything, but because it's the executive and like, you know, fuck rich people and all that fun stuff.
I mean,
Like,
I don't know. Driving just like a regular like Hyundai. Like,
Yeah.
well, like we don't even know that this is the executive's car.
Yeah,
It's just
exactly.
like,
Like he's saying like, oh, reserved for the executives, and it's like a Hyundai engine, like a motorcycle, and they're just like,
Because you know
not
the
rich people
executive,
cars. They're just like,
the executive is probably socially distancing at home. Let's be real.
yeah.
Outside and see if somebody at their head office can, well, just give me my bottle, will you?
Oh my god, like the fact that they yucked that up. But like remember, he literally could have just had his bottle if he walked into the LCBO the first time and with a mask on, without a camera crew, and just was like, I'm here for the bottle. He would have had his bottle. No problem whatsoever. But instead he was like, ooh, we have a perfect content opportunity. And now we get this like endless series.
Baby needs his bottle.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
You don't have a mask on, so yeah.
Oh, I know. I'm not planning to spend a long time here, sir. My name's David Menzies.
Yeah.
And I am owed a bottle of Glenfarclas 105. I don't know if you saw a report.
No.
Oh,
I gotta take you outside, but only because you don't have a mask.
Random employee at the LCBO. Did you see my YouTube video? My God.
oh, yeah, no.
It was
I mean,
posted on all of the employee message boards.
Yeah. No, it clearly because like it was about the an LCBO location. Clearly, everybody within the LCBO must know at this point.
I'll socially
I think
distance
it's more
myself.
like, did you see my complaint? Did you see my email?
But even
'Cause
then,
everybody has the company email. Like,
yeah, the email got sent to all of corporate. even the person manning the door at this fucking establishment.
The thing is, I don't have a mask, but I don't have a bottle of $110 Scotch either that's coming to me. So Ashley, the manager at the Wicksteed Avenue location, told me to come to the head office, which is kind of inexplicable because it was the head office that ordered her to give me my bottle. It was a bottle I bought but never
Is that
received.
slow motion?
So
Was did they do slow motion act?
Yeah, it looked like they slowed it down like, like, oh my god, this
So
is
yeah,
traumatizing.
Ashley was just like hiding in the back room, hiding his bottle of scotch.
is there somebody here that can give me my bottle, sir? And then I'll be on my way.
You know, you've dealt with the LCBO a long time. You know the rules.
What are the
You have to
rules?
talk to somebody in our corporate communications.
Oh, that's the thing, sir. They never communicate. Once upon a time, I knew the people. They're like Chris Layton, but now they don't even have names. And I've reached out to them on several occasions. They don't return my calls. I'm just acquiescing to what Ashley said, which was, to come take it up with head office. So I'm here.
He knows the people by name. He's had to deal with corporate so many times that he knows the people involved with corporate.
He's quick to throw out the COVID care and stuff, but I think he needs to take a look in the mirror. Well, David Menzies.
It's not even self-promotion. It's like Two Car said, his strategy of always self-promotion is how he got here, so it clearly works. It's more of just making himself the martyr in some way is what promotes him. Like the fact that like Ezra always sends him out to get arrested. If for those who don't know, like if you follow this thing, you get the "Are you kidding me?" and that's a clip of David Menzies getting arrested while stalking Ron McClane. So David Menzies is the equivalent of a cucked I don't know who James Jonah Jameson is, such that he's being cucked.
Rebel News.
James Jonah
going forward
Jameson
in the
is
future.
the Spider-Man reporter.
Okay.
Like the bring me pictures of Spider-Man.
Oh,
He's a menace.
Yeah.
all right. I'm not a huge comic book person, so I have a vague impression, I think, of the person you're referring to. But Randy Marsh
It's
is
also a meme. That's kind of how I know it.
Yeah, the laughing thing, and there's other memes. Yes.
I just want my bottle, then I'll be on my way. I bet you probably got a few bottles in this big warehouse, eh?
You know I can't do that. You have to talk to somebody in communications.
Can you get somebody on communications to come out here, sir? And
Guys, you don't have their number. You dealt with us for so long. Let me give you the number, okay?
this isn't your fault, sir. They just don't communicate. Like I said, the only reason I'm down here is because Ashley told me to take it up with head office. And as I said to you before, sir,
Ashley.
Ashley is the manager at the Wicksteed Avenue LCBL location.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why she would do that, because I did take it up with the head office. The head office ordered her to give me my bottle, and then she changed her mind.
I am going to help you with phone numbers and contacts as best I can do for you.
If you can get me that bottle, I'll be gone.
The bottle, I could not get, and nothing walks out of this warehouse through me. I'm not a person who can release bottles.
Oh, we know some of this is walking out of the warehouse with all the millions of dollars of. We actually.
I'll meet you outside.
So that's his big thing, is apparently like LCBO has been stealing their own. There's been internal theft. Here's the thing: is there's internal theft everywhere, So it's like, yes, there's going to be internal theft to the LCBO, because that's just a part of doing business. People are going to be like, hey, you don't pay me enough, yoink. And so it's like, okay, because they're publicly owned, that information is usually accessible through Freedom of Information Acts and stuff like this, or requests. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know why that's such a big surprise. I think part of like their argument is like, well, that's our tax money going to this publicly organized business, even though the LCBO makes a profit regardless of the theft that happens. So I don't know.
Okay. Unless you have a mask, you're more than welcome to come over to my desk over here.
Well, here, let me. I'll tell you what. I'll see if I have something like that.
So you could have been wearing a mask the whole fucking time. This is like, what was it when we watched the lottery one last week? And he literally like made it a point of like, he was wearing a mask, walked up to the door, saw that they had you can't enter without a mask, and he took his mask off. And they left that in the fucking footage.
Or these employees here.
Yeah.
Hey guys, are you guys LCBO workers?
They can't help you.
No. You
I love this guy.
There's only so much David Menzies I can take in a day.
I know, just random people are now walking out, and he's gonna accost them.
You can't get me a bottle of 105, sir? No. Okay. How about yourself, sir? Can you get me a bottle of 105? Hey, guys, can any of you get me a bottle of 105? Oh, no, you took your mask off.
Oh my god. Yeah, he took his mask off. He's behind a glass thing now, David. I hate this man so much. I hate everything about this man.
I want David to get COVID so bad.
He's probably already had it. That's my guess. What the fuck? Alcoholic behavior.
New variant.
New variant. David is a new variant.
By the way, at the Wicksteed Avenue location, their office, you're only allowed to have 2 employees in due to COVID. There's a sign on the door. Sure. They had as many as 4 employees in that office. Oh, hello. Can you get me a...
And remember, the reason why is because Dave was making a scene and they had to shut the whole fucking store down. So, like...
Yeah.
And now he's narking on them to this random dude working the front desk at the head office.
A bottle of 105, if that's possible, if you can get back into the warehouse there.
Just ignore him.
Just ignore him. That's not nice.
It's not nice that you're doing that to these people. Come on.
Listen, it's very unnice that I got ripped off.
Just ignore him.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Like, that's the thing, is like this guy also has been like really friggin' calm and collected when dealing with David Menzies. And David Menzies is still being an asshole to everyone.
Welcome.
You take care, and
phone numbers. I would say call the first one. It's corporate communications.
all I want is my bottle of Scotch. That's all. Do you remember the Charles Bronson movie?
This sounds like alcoholism right here. Does it not? Let's hear this again. All I want is my bottle of Scotch. So,
Welcome.
You take care, and
phone numbers. I would say call the first one. It's corporate communications.
all I want is my bottle of Scotch. That's all. Do you remember the Charles?
that's all. Well, I just all I wanted. Just can I have another drink?
Can you just pass me one from under the table? I know you got one back there, buddy. You're holding out on me.
And his nose. Look at his fucking nose hanging right over that mask. Look at that fucking schnoz.
Bronson movie, Mr. Majestic. All he wanted to do was harvest his watermelons. That's all. And then the mob shot them up, those watermelons. I'm like Mr. Majestic. Just leave my watermelons alone. Leave my Scotch alone. and I'm a happy guy.
Again, I don't know any background to what's happened here. Right?
Okay.
And
Do you know what? Google it. Watch the report. Seriously, type in Rebel News and LCBO, and it should pop up.
No, trust me.
Good luck to you, man.
Hey, you've been a good guy. Thank you, sir. Well, there you have it, folks. I acquiesced to Ashley's demands. I came all the way down to Lakeshore Boulevard, the home of the LCBO head office and their warehouse. Oh boy, there is millions and millions of dollars of hooch back there. It could have been resolved if one of those employees just went into the storeroom and got me one of those bottles of 105. But I still don't have my Scotch, but I have a piece of paper with some contact numbers. There's at Corporate Communications, Amy Waters. I wonder if she's related to Muddy. Then there's Hello LCBO. That's who I originally reached out to. And at customer service, there's a lady called Kendra. In the days ahead, I will reach out to all of these people. Stay tuned for part 3 when it comes to, will David Menzies get his bottle of 105? For Rebel News, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies.
There you have it. It is going to be...
I hate him.
Ongoing nonsense. What, like, the dated references, too. Just, what is it, related to Muddy Waters? Oh, my God, I'm David Menzies. Yes.
Then, without COVID stuff, in what world does he exist where you show up to a corporation's head office unannounced and, like, just get your random shit, like, customer service thing sorted out?
Yeah. And again, this all could have just been resolved if he wasn't an asshole in the first place.
Yeah.
If he walked, because like, again, maybe I haven't, just to reiterate, the very first foray into this that we got, it started with him in the store filming. So it's like he didn't even enter the store because he had already been on the phone with Ashley, and Ashley promised him a bottle of scotch. Rather than just going in and asking for it, he went in and started filming in like the back section of the fucking store without a mask on. When the new lockdown restrictions had just come in. So it's like he knew better. He could have just asked Ashley, got a scotch, and been on his way. But instead was like, I have a lucrative opportunity here to make money off the social media.
To get 16,000 views.
Oh, Marcus here. I only watch Rebel News for this guy. LOL, he's funny. I mean, he's funny, but probably not in the way that Marcus thinks that he's funny. Yeah, oh my god. Love you, David. I love your spirit. Fight that good fight. The good fight for your bottle of fucking scotch. Yeah, it's it's $110 for a bottle. It's not a very, like, it's an expensive scotch, but it, like, comparatively could have been more expensive. But you got to think, he's wasted so much money on, like, travel and all this to get to these places. But also he's made, I guess...
You think that wasn't expense back to Rebel?
No, but that's what I was going to say too. But he's also probably made some money off of this, if anything. Because the other video had a lot of hits off of Rumble. Because it first came out on Rumble.
I mean, and if he's paid hourly, like, this is a few hours. Like, he was at the LCBO for like 2 or 3 hours, right? Like,
yeah. Yeah.
He was getting paid that whole time.
Oh, well, that's all for tonight.
Hello, my rebels. Hello, my rebels. I'm a good boy. I'm a weirdo.